Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week's princess is going to be Rapunzel from Tangled. So starting right off, I'm just going to start by getting this mess of hair out of the way. So I'm just going to apply a wig cap, and then I'm going in and applying some green contacts. Once I have that all done, I'm going in with the No Problem primer and just priming my face and down my neck. And then using the Collab foundation in Ivory, I'm just taking that all over my face as well as down my neck and a little bit on my chest just to blend it all together. With that foundation on, I'm just going to go in and use the Pretty Vulgar bronzer in 113. I'm just going to apply it higher up on my cheeks than I would normally do my contour, just to kind of lift her face up. I'm also going to be putting that around the bridge of my nose, my temples, and I'm also using a little brush, and I'm going around the tip of my nose to kind of create that ball type shape on my nose. With all of that contouring done, I'm also going to go in with the LA Colors Highlight and Contour Palette and drop it everywhere. This shade is the light medium, and I'm just taking the highlight shade and I'm taking that onto my cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose. And then going in with the Collab concealer in Ivory, I'm just taking that under my eyes as well as a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on the tip of my nose as well. And I know that I did this a little bit backwards, but I wanted that sheen under where I wanted the concealer to be. So I'm just going to go in with this brow pencil from LA Colors. I'm just going to fill in my brows. And then I'm going to use this to create some fake freckles as well. Once I have all the freckles done, I'm going in with the Smashbox 24-Hour Shadow Primer. I'm just going to prime my lids. And then onto a fluffy brush, I'm going in with the Alamar Blush Trio palette, and I'm using the shade Castaway. I'm taking that right into my crease. And then going in with this center shade Paraiso, probably pronouncing that wrong, and I'm just going to use that to deepen up the crease and kind of give it a more pinky, peachy shade. And then once I have that transition color in there, I'm going in with Mater Makeup Labs in the color Rancid, and I'm just taking that onto that same brush and I'm deepening up the crease. And then going in with the Pure Festival palette, I'm just going to be using the shade Gypsy, and I'm just taking that into the very center of my crease. I'm also going to be applying that with my finger onto the outer edge of my lid. Next, going in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, I'm going in with the shade Jewel, and I'm just going to take that onto the inner part of my lid. And then using the same brush that I used to do my crease with, I'm just going to drag that onto my lower lash line. And then I'm just going to use a black eye pencil and line my upper and lower waterlines. And using the Wet n Wild black liquid liner, I'm just going to create a wing. And then going back in with that Rainforest of the Sea palette, I'm going to use the shade Treasure, and I'm just going to apply that onto the very inner corner of my eyes. And then for lips, I'm going in with the e.l.f. lip pencil in the shade Natural, and I'm just filling in my entire lips. And because this shade wasn't quite as pink as I wanted it to be, I'm going in with the Bite Beauty lipstick in Sorbet. And this lipstick smells so good. Then I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes, apply some mascara, and then add some Ardell Faux Mink lashes. And then going back in with that Alamar Blush Trio palette, I'm going in with the shade Scorcher, and I'm just going to be tapping that onto my lips. And then mixing Paraiso and Scorcher, I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Then using an eyeliner, I'm just going to draw in all of the dress. Once I have that done, I'm going in with the Pretty Vulgar bronzer, and I'm just taking that onto a fluffy brush to create the shading between the dress and my skin. Then to deepen up that shading a little bit more, right as close as I can to those lines, I'm going in with the Pure Festival and the shade All Night just to deepen up that shadow. And then going in with some white body paint from Global Colors, I'm just going to fill in the top part of the frilly part of the dress. And then for the arms of the dress, I started going in with the very light pink from my Mayron palette, but it wasn't quite as pink as I wanted it to be, so I'm going back in with the darker pink shade in the Mayron palette, and I'm just filling in most of the arm sleeve on the upper part. It's probably just easier if you watch instead of me explaining it. Next, I'm going to go in with the dark purple from that same palette. I'm just going to take that onto the upper part of the chest of the dress. And then I'm going to use the light purple from that same palette as well, and then just blend those two colors together using my finger. And then using the light pink that I originally started with, I'm just going to fill in the bottom half of my arms. And then once that's all done, I'm going back in with that Pure Festival palette, and I'm going in with that color Gypsy and filling in all of the spots of the dress that look a little patchy. And then to finish off the sleeves, I'm going in with the Global Colors in Magenta body paint, and I'm filling in the rest of that. Next, I'm taking the BH Cosmetics Aurora Lights palettes, and I'm going in with the Kaleidoscope shade, and I'm just patting that onto my sleeves. And then for the shading of the bow, I'm taking the Pure Festival palette as well and going in with that dark brown shade, and I'm just shading under all of the bow and then filling it in with a light pink Mayron body paint. Next, I'm going into the XNO Cosmetics Matte Black Shadow, and I'm just going to use that to shade around the dress. And then I'm just applying a wig. And that's it for the glam version. For the gore version of Rapunzel, I'm going in and I'm just taking this old blonde wig, braiding the end of it, wrapping it around my neck, and then using that same brush that I used to do the crease of my eyes, I'm just going to sketch in and deepen that up using purples, blues, blacks, and red eyeshadows. All matte shadows. You don't want any kind of shimmer in there. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't want any kind of shimmer in there. I want it to all look like bruising. I'm also taking that color around my lips, under my eyes, and around my face in general. I'm just taking this old cork. I think it was part of a packaging. I used it to make a cork for another look that I did. So I'm just stippling that into the blue shadow. And I'm stippling that around my face and patting it out with my finger just to create some veining effects. And then finally, I'm just wrapping that old wig around my neck again and then going in with some fake blood and adding that to the very bottoms to look like it's cutting into my skin. I'm also applying that around my eyes and a little bit on my mouth as well. And that's it for Strangled Rapunzel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments below and make sure you turn on those notifications so you see the next princess. See you next time. Bye.